Most objects contain a set of elements containing sub-objects and parameters. Parameters are defined using the parameter element and, like objects, have a set of attributes and elements that describe how the parameter is to be used and its requirements. Data model attributes for parameter elements include the name, which, unlike object names, the parameter name is just the literal name of the parameter, not the full path. The access attribute describes whether or not a parameter can be the subject of the SetParameterValues RPC. This can be set to read-only or read-write. For some parameters, such as Wi-Fi passwords, there are additional requirements in their description stating that any GetParameterValues RPC calls on that parameter must return empty values regardless of the value of the parameter, making it effectively write-only. The activeNotify attribute is used in the data model to indicate the conditions around setting active notification on the parameter. If it is omitted, active notification is acceptable on this parameter. If it is set to can deny, then the CWMP endpoint is allowed to reject requests to set this parameter for active notification. If it is set to force enabled, then active notification must always be enabled for this parameter, and changing it must always trigger a CWMP session. Related to this is the forced inform attribute. This is a Boolean value that, when set to true, indicates that the parameter and its current value must be included in every inform RPC. Lastly, like with objects, is the DM version attribute, which indicates the version of the data model where this parameter was introduced or updated. Parameters are described using several XML elements. These include syntax, which describes the parameter's data type and any minimums, maximums, or pattern restrictions. Default, which indicates the parameter's default value if it had been unassigned. And description, which lists the normative explanation of how the parameter is to be used.